everyone. Welcome to Virtual Admitted Students Day at Paul College. My name is Mickey Bedell, and I manage the Instagram account here at Paul, and that's why I will be moderating today's Instagram Live panel with our students. So I'm going to give you a little explanation of how that's going to work. I'm going to chat in some of the students. I'm going to ask them a few questions about what their Paul experience has been like, and then they're going to open it up to questions from you guys, which I hope that you submit through the chat. Hey Drew, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
I'm good, you know, just live.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask you to introduce yourself to everybody, just to get things started.
Yeah, hi everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Drew Simmering. I'm a junior here at Paul College. I'm studying finance and business analytics, and I'm also involved with the FIRE program here at Paul, which I'm sure I'll explain a little bit as we go, but yeah, just a brief little explanation about myself.
That's good. So you're a FIRE peer advisor, right, Drew?
Correct. Yeah. So we there's a program called FIRE here at Paul where there's a group of 30 juniors or seniors who kind of take on a class of 15 to 20 incoming first-year students. So for myself personally, my class this year has about 16 first-year students. So the first few weeks of school, we kind of just worked to get them acclimated to life here at Paul, transitioning that, easing that transition from high school to college as best we can. And then as we move forward, we kind of work on professional development skills. And then we kind of finish up with a big end of the year project, which I can explain a little bit about too.
Do you like being a FIRE peer advisor?
Yeah, it's been probably one of the best experiences I've had at Paul. Just kind of that one-on-one engagement with first-year students and kind of doing what I can to help their transition into college has been unbelievable. Kind of building that connection with all the kids has been incredible, and it's something that I kind of look forward to every week.
Oh, that's really sweet. Can you tell us a little bit about the research conference that a lot of the stuff that you work on throughout the year kind of culminates in?
Yeah. So at the end of the year, we participate in the undergraduate research conference. It's actually one of the biggest things we do here at UNH. So around December, our class tries to come up with a product or service that can help solve a real world problem. So for example, this year, our product was, we had to come up with a product that would solve the issue of wildlife and wildfires and stuff like that. So that's what we kind of worked towards. We started in December, and we've worked towards kind of creating that product through a business plan, through a presentation, through a bunch of research, and then we present at the virtual URC this year, which is in a couple weeks. So we're kind of looking forward to that. Normally you would do it at Paul College. It's a great day. Everyone gets there in the morning and you present your product in front of a panel of judges and a group classroom full of students. So it's a great way to kind of cap off the year.
What's it like to dive straight into a business plan as a first year student?
As a freshman, when I did it, it was kind of intimidating at first. I wasn't sure kind of how deep we would go into this whole business plan and product development and stuff like that. But the peer advisor's help is huge. They kind of walk you step by step. And at first, when you see the whole kind of assignment, it looks a little daunting. But as you move forward, it's broken up into a bunch of different minor steps. So you kind of work throughout the whole entire project throughout the second semester, and then you kind of get a little taste of everything: research, writing a whole business plan, and then ultimately presenting in front of a group of people, which is always a good skill to have.
Oh, definitely. Like what we're doing right now.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm going to open it up to questions from the chat.
Sure.
I don't think we've really seen any questions coming, but do you guys have any questions here for Drew? Remember, he's a dual major studying finance and business analytics. Drew, in the meantime, do you want to tell us a little bit about what it's like in that major?
Yeah. So last year, second semester, I kind of decided to go down the finance path. I'd always have had a pretty strong interest in it. And then as I kind of learned a little more about the industry and stuff like that, I noticed that there's a major technical side to it with kind of business analysts and stuff like that. So Paul College has the ISBA, Information Systems and Business Analytics track that you can go down. So last summer, I chose to add in a dual major with business analytics as well to kind of get the best of both worlds with finance and business analytics, which has been an awesome experience for me. I've been able to kind of learn about the stock market side and the investment side of stuff while also learning about kind of the data behind all of that stuff. So it's been a great kind of duo that I've been able to create.
Do you have any favorite classes that you've taken at Paul, or favorite professors?
Yeah, this year I'm actually taking an investment class with Michael Hanlon. He's a finance professor, and I have to say he's probably one of the best professors I've had. He's awesome at kind of connecting with the students, and every day, or I have him 2 days a week, but every class he has us come in with a real world kind of article or subject that we can discuss for the first 20 minutes of class. So this whole semester, it's been kind of a wild ride with the stock market. So we've had a ton of stuff to talk about. So it's been awesome having him to kind of talk with, and he gives us kind of a professional aspect on the stock market and stuff like that, and is able to teach us a bunch.
Is ISBA more technical or business related?
So the good thing with ISBA, that's actually a great question, is it's information systems and business analytics. So you get to choose a path that you want to go down. So you can either go down the IS path, which is a little more technical, a little more coding and stuff like that, or you can go down the business analytics track, which is what I'm on. So you can kind of go down more business related type stuff where you're analyzing forecasts and stuff like that, analyzing different trends within the stock market and stuff like that. So that's what I went down, but honestly, both are great. You take pretty similar classes. There's a variance in about 2 or 3, but other than that, it's been great.
The FIRE program wants to know what your favorite experience at UNH has been.
Oof, that's tough. Favorite experience at UNH. The FIRE program, I mean, not to sound cliche because they asked, but the FIRE program has been great. I would say also kind of just intramural sports and getting involved that way has been unbelievable. The freshman year, I remember I just kind of made a team with some friends of mine from dorms and stuff like that. So that's been an awesome way to kind of make a group of friends, and I've stuck with them the whole 3 years that I've been here. So I would say for anyone watching who's looking to come, the intramural sports is unbelievable, and they have everything you can do, and also the FIRE program too. I'll give them a shout out. They asked.
Someone wants to know, like, generally how many students are in classes. So, like, what's your experience been like?
So as you get older, it's definitely going to get smaller. First year, it's pretty big. I remember my econ class probably had like 130 kids in it. But it goes down substantially once you get older. Now, once I determined my major. So in my finance and ISBA classes, maybe 25 to 30 kids. Yeah, in my ISBA classes, there's no more than maybe 30 kids in a class. So it's awesome because you get a ton of group projects where you're working hand in hand with maybe a group of 4 or 5. So one of my ISBA classes, forecasting analytics with Professor Sheehan, she kind of has everything based around group work. So at the end of class or when there's like 30 minutes left in class, you kind of break off into your groups and you work on a quick 30-minute lab. So you kind of get to know your group members and find out kind of what it's like to work as a team.
Somebody wants to know if you have any internships, or have you done any internships?
So I'm actually working for Fidelity this summer as an analyst intern in their Fidelity Funds and Investment Operations department. It's a little different than what I was expecting. We've switched over to a virtual internship. So I just Zoom in almost every day with my kind of leader or director. And then if things hopefully clear up, then we're able to go back into the office. But for now, it's all virtual. But I'm really excited. It should be a great learning experience. UNH does a great job of kind of setting you up with internship opportunities. I mean, I found that one through, I think it was Handshake, the UNH job search site, which that was awesome too.
Awesome. So I think some of the other questions are getting answered by some of our Paul people,
Yeah,
which is kind of nice.
I see, do you dorm with other people in Paul?
Did you?
I did, yeah. I dormed with one of my friends from home. He was in Paul too. I've been friends with him since third grade, so we
Oh,
dormed together. But you not necessarily will you dorm with someone from Paul, but I mean, there's a chance that if you kind of meet someone on the freshman Facebook page, I know that's how a ton of kids met to dorm with each other. You post on the incoming class page, and maybe you find a kid who's doing Paul as well, and you link up and room together. But yeah, it was my first year was unbelievable.
that's awesome. So is there anything else, Drew? I'm running out of time with you. Is there anything else you want to let them know before I bring Allie on?
Yeah, I would just say whatever you guys choose for your future, whether it's UNH or whether it's another college, I wish you guys all the best of luck. College is an unbelievable time. You're going to make some memories with some of your best friends for the rest of your life. So I hope you guys are able to do that and kind of have the same experience I have.
All right, Drew, thank you for joining us on Instagram Live today.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Hi.
How's it going today?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. So to start, same thing as with Drew, why don't you introduce yourself to the audience?
Okay, awesome. So my name's Allie. I'm a junior studying information systems, business analytics, and marketing at UNH Paul College. I'm actually in some of the ISBA classes with Drew that he mentioned. So yeah, it's exciting.
Allie, let's kick things off by asking, what's your favorite thing about Paul?
I love how you're able to get like a undergraduate business education and really have all those available resources and take a pretty strong business curriculum while also having access to an entire larger university, which is very helpful when it comes to student organizations, getting to know different types of people, and all of the different resources that are just continually available at your fingertips as a student at UNH.
So you are involved in a lot of that, right?
Yeah. So I'm the undergraduate student body president. I'm also involved as a fire peer advisor, and I'm in a lot of the different student organizations throughout campus, both at large and within Paul College. So it's really helped me be able to get engaged with people throughout the college and appreciate the university and all the different aspects that we have. So it's fantastic, yeah.
How did you get involved in the student body?
So
like,
I just
the government.
Yeah, so I have some friends who are involved in student government. I'm not a poli-sci major or anything like that. And I came into UNH really wanting to be involved in Paul College specifically. And then some opportunities just came across, and I ran for office with my really good friend Kelsey Crowley, and we've been working together all year, and it's just a really fantastic way to get to know the university more, work with all different types of students. I've met so many incredible people, and I've learned a lot about how the university operates, which has helped translate into internship opportunities and interviews like that, which is really helpful.
Speaking of internships, I hear you have a really cool one happening this summer.
Yeah, so this summer I'm interning with Liberty Mutual Insurance, hopefully in Boston, doing business analytics. And right now, the hope is that as soon as the offices are open, I'll be able to start working there again, which would be fantastic. But it was really great. I found that internship through Handshake, just like Drew found his. So Handshake is fantastic. UNH, the Career and Professional Success is very helpful too. I think Paul Careers is here somewhere. If somebody wants to check out their page, they have a lot of fantastic resources. Even through all this remote learning, they're available to help students. And I interned for CAPS as well when I was a sophomore in employer relations, and just saw how the university like engages with employers, and it's a really cool process, and they work really hard to get the best people out there.
Now, there's one other experience that you wanted to let everybody know about. You went to LA with one of your classes?
Yeah, so I went to Los Angeles through an independent study that I did, and we competed in the International Business Ethics and Sustainability Case Competition, which was fantastic. I got flown across the country, got to meet all these different people from across the world, and present to a panel of judges from throughout the industry. It was really fantastic, a very innovative experience. And the best part of it is now that opportunity is offered to all first-year students through the business ethics class. Yeah, everybody can compete in their team, and the winners get to go to Los Angeles in the spring. So
what was it like to be in LA with your classmates?
it was amazing. I was with one of the best professors ever too, Betty Woodman. I had her for business ethics my freshman year, and then I was a teaching assistant for her. And then in the spring, we went to Los Angeles. So it was just great to go with such a strong mentor. She's always there for me for all the stress I've had this year. I've really been able to rely on a lot of fantastic faculty members. I've talked to my organizational behavior professor when I get stressed out about how organizational things work. And it's just been really helpful to rely on all of the great community that Drew speak on behalf of.
And can you tell me a little bit about, you're also a peer advisor in FIRE, just like Drew, right?
Yes, I am. I'm a FIRE advisor. Yep, and there's Diane Devine, one of the best faculty members. I'm a FIRE advisor for Team 10. We started in first place. We're very school-spirited. It's really helped me being able to see what all these incredible things that first-year students can do. One of my first-year students she started her own student organization on campus, and
Whoa.
yeah, and two of them have internships coming out the first year. One of them is with Bottom Line Technologies out of Portsmouth, which is a fantastic company. Yeah, so accounting internships out of freshman year. Like, Paul College really sets you up to be able to do incredible things. Just seeing all these things that students are able to do, I feel like every year first-year students can do even more incredible things. It's great to see, but yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so I want to open it up to some questions from the audience. So if you guys have any questions, start putting them in. We'll start pulling them out. Are there any other things that you do at UNH that you want to talk about while we're waiting?
Sure. I guess I'll talk about, since Diane's here, marketing and advertising club.
Yeah.
That's another thing that I'm involved in. There are so many great experiential opportunities too. You're able to, I can talk on Handshake in a sec. They have this huge conference at the end of the year where a bunch of different professionals come in. And I just think that's really reflective of all the different orgs that just bring different alumni and people to campus to really engage with for students. So I'll talk about, yeah.
Oh, sorry. I just wanted to say that the MAC conference this year was so good.
MAC, yeah, it was actually, it's crazy. Somebody that was a exchange student when I was in high school was in charge of it too. So
whoa.
Yeah, she's from Austria, and it's so cool. She's fantastic. Another mentor, I guess. But so Handshake is available for a lot of different universities use it, and that kind of allows a bunch of different employers to get involved. And UNH specifically also does a lot of lead generation to get specific employers who have worked with UNH in the past. So it's just they have an app, so it's really easy. And it's an interface that's entwined with UNH. So you just use your UNH login account. You get messages from employers all the time. You get to set up a little profile similar to a LinkedIn, a little bit less complex. And you can engage with employers, see different opportunities. Even with all this remote learning, they have had a bunch of different opportunities for you to engage with employers remotely. Earlier this week, there was one that I went to, and it was with a marketing company talking about how they're altering all of their marketing throughout COVID-19 and how to kind of relate to consumers. And it was just a very interesting thing. And they sent follow-up messages and everything. So it was really helpful. Yeah, so Handshake is awesome. If you check it out, it's available through different colleges. It's a really, really well-known one. And UNH also has something called Wildcat Connections, which allows you to engage with UNH alumni specifically for positions and opportunities, which is fantastic.
Have you ever used Wildcat Connections for something?
Yeah, I also had my FIRE students do it really early in their career. It's great. I just think one of the things that I loved getting out of FIRE was all the different professional development opportunities. So you can just engage with so many different alumni. There's an insane response rate because everybody in there opted in to be engaging with students at UNH, so it's awesome. And another just quick little easy access way to get engaged with a bunch of different people and learn a lot. So that's awesome. For all of UNH.
So you seem to know a lot about career and professional services here.
Yeah, I interned for them when I was a sophomore, and I'm just always going to events. So yeah.
Can you tell people a little bit about how Paul supports you through CAPS?
Yeah, so throughout in the classroom as well.
Yeah, in the classroom. I mean, through the FIRE program.
Yeah, so through the FIRE program, all the peer advisors are trained with a few different CAPS faculty on all the different offerings and how to specifically assist first-year students in their transition. So they have a bunch of resources online as well, but they have walk-in appointments that you can go on to even remotely. I think it's one, I don't remember the exact days, but it's like a few hours a week. You can always sign up for appointments online and spend time with people and just get to know them with different questions. I'll set up appointments for, you know, LinkedIn review or just helping me come up with a new summary and just a quick thing. It's nice to touch base with people. There are people who are available throughout your entire 4 years at Paul College, so you can always check in and have them to rely on, and they help you develop throughout the different steps. You know, when you come in as a freshman, you're going to have different requests and needs to learn than when you're a sophomore and junior, so it's helpful.
I think CAPS also does like these like mock interviews and like resume review panels. Don't you like go around to different professionals and they look at your resume?
Yeah, so they're all really well trained in the industry as well. There's, like I said, a bunch of different things you can do. You can do the mock interviews. They have different software that can help revise your resume. So if you're applying to an internship kind of at the last second and you don't have time to schedule an interview, it still like runs through things for you and gives you some clarification. All the stuff that they use is really like top of the industry. A lot of people that I talk to who go to different universities see it and are very impressed. They have this whole thing called like the Wildcat Pathway to Success and Professional Success. And if you look that up, it has all these different steps for different years and what you can do. I see a question on how do we join the FIRE program?
Yeah, I saw that too. Yeah. I think it's kind of funny.
So all business students are automatically involved in the FIRE program. You get it right off the bat. You don't have to hire anything. I'm sure I was going to say UNH Paul FIRE is going to respond better than I will. But yeah, it's cool.
Can you tell me a little bit about how like all of this involvement that you've had at UNH has kind of shaped your overall experience?
Yeah, so it's helped me just get to know a bunch of different people. I feel like I'm really getting the full UNH experience because I'm able to really get involved in Paul and what I love to learn about, which is business, and the way my mind works is kind of shaped towards that. But I'm also able to engage with a lot of different people throughout the university. I'm in a sorority, and my best friends in that are, well, my best friend is one's in the College of Health and Human Services, and she's studying occupational therapy from St. Louis. And then I also have a really good friend from Plymouth, New Hampshire, who's studying biomedical sciences. So it's helpful because all these different types of people are still able to study what they love within their respective college, but work together and do student organizations that are specific to what they want to study, but also the larger ones that are available for the whole campus.
Somebody asked about part-time job experiences. You said you did work for CAPS.
Yeah, I also worked at Cornerstone, and it's a little cafe in Paul. Yeah, I worked there for a little bit, and there are a lot of fantastic opportunities. UNH Hospitality Services, they're fantastic people to work for, very nice people. You can
work for me.
Yeah.
On the social media.
Everywhere. There's a lot that you can do to really build your resume, to get different experiences, and especially as a younger student trying out things that are a little bit entryway into the career path you're considering. So if people are considering marketing, working with you would probably be fantastic, and seeing, okay, is this what I want to do? And there's different opportunities like that. Being a research assistant is a lot of the times available too with different professors, which is fantastic.
Allie, is there any final words you want to tell the audience before I say goodbye and bring Alex on?
Yeah, I guess I'd say you're kind of getting a cool opportunity because you're able to engage with all these things in Paul College without having to walk across everything, especially on a snowy day like today. So try to attend as many events and resources as you can just to learn all the things you can. You can do it from the comfort of wherever you are, and it's a nice opportunity. So I hope everybody has a great day and is able to learn as much as they can and is getting through the circumstances and staying safe and healthy and happy.
Oh. And they can DM you if they have any questions. The same is true for Drew, guys. You can DM the accounts that you guys have been on with today.
You can make a group. It's perfect.
All right, so I'm going to say goodbye, Allie. Hope you have the rest of your day.
Thank you, you too.
Hey, Alex, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. I feel like this is going pretty good.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, it is.
Well, why don't you introduce yourself to the audience real quick, Alex?
All right. Good morning, everybody. My name is Alex Haynes. I'm a freshman at Paul College. My major is business administrations, and my option is financing. I'll finally declare that my sophomore year. So.
Okay. So you are first year, which means that you just went through this whole decision process, just like a lot of these guys are doing. So can you tell me about why you decided to choose Paul?
Well, if I'm being honest, a minute Students Day was a very persuading thing for me to join UNH. The students and staff members that I actually met were very welcoming and very sociable. That's one thing I really noticed about the campus. Nobody's afraid to talk to you. It feels like you're at home almost. Another thing is I joined the Connect program, which is a program for you to come on campus a week earlier so you can actually explore the campus, so you know your way around before classes actually start, which was probably one of the most beneficial things for me to join on this campus. Also, the professional staff members through Amida Students Day were also very sociable and like understanding on like what paths you can take in Paul to lead you to certain places, which was very nice to also talk about.
So it was like the community at Paul really is what kind of pulled you in. And I can totally relate to that because I actually just started at Paul in November, and the community is what made me choose Paul College too. Like everyone here is so happy.
Yeah. And I love when I walk into Paul, one of the things I always admire is like when you walk in, you're surrounded by students of success. And also like the professors there want you to succeed. Like nobody wants to see you not go through Paul all the way. And that's like one of the greatest things or like best feelings I have at that school.
Were you nervous at all about starting like a whole new life, as a first year student? I'm sure you were.
Oh my goodness. That's one reason why I joined the fire program too, was just to try to relieve my nerves. But like I said, it's like you being at a home, like a different home. There's no need to be nervous. Like I said, when I first did walk on campus, obviously everybody's going to have those new nerves because you're walking into a different environment. It's not like high school. But one of the greatest things, though, is they're going to be there every step of the way with you, which will be one of the things that will relieve your nerves. When I walked into classrooms, I talked to students I'd never even seen in my life, and it was as if we've been best friends forever. Like it was the craziest thing. And the professors are understanding on you walking into a new environment, so they're going to ease their way into doing certain things. So it was great.
So what has it been like making friends and stuff? I know that's something that a lot of admitted students are probably most concerned about.
Okay, so making friends was actually not the hardest part, if I'm being honest with you. Making friends was, through the FIRE program, I have already met longtime friends. Like, it's the craziest thing. You sit in pretty much what FIRE is, you sit in a class of like, I think it's between 20 and 30. It depends on how big your group is. And you guys meet every single day. And, or not every single day, or once a week. Yeah, once a week for 50 minutes. And what it is, it's you guys plan events. You do things for the community. The URC, which is one of the biggest things, that Grain Challenge. I'm actually presented for it, so getting a little nervous because it's coming up. But you guys all talk. You guys talk about certain things. With the academics, you guys talk about organization, time management. It's pretty much everything to help you build a legacy through Paul, or a foundation through Paul. So it's great. In the FIRE program, your peer advisor will nominate you to become a FIRE igniter.
Okay.
Which is like a great opportunity that really opens up doors through Paul. And also your networking is very huge through that also, because you get invited to certain events that only exclusive students can. One of your peer advisors will nominate you out of the 30 students, and then you go into another separate group of those, I think there's 30 groups, I think it is. One from every group. You guys go to another meeting every 2 weeks. Yeah, every 2 weeks.
Okay.
And this is where you guys can talk about what we should change in the FIRE program, or what we should keep, or what we
that's awesome.
Continue to press forward with, which is very, very nice. I really like.
That means it's adaptable. It's adaptable to your needs.
Yes, ma'am. I actually look forward to those every 2 weeks. That is one thing I actually look forward to. And one thing too is, my two most reliable people actually come out of the Fire Igniter program, and that is Sean Stewart and Andrea. Those two will actually help you, help you succeed through the FIRE program. They will help you with anything that you need Paul related. So it's great.
Sean and Andrea are academic advisors here at Paul, so a lot of students know them really, really well.
Yeah. Oh my God, they're my favorite. I love them.
I'm sure they're watching, and I'm sure they're super happy to hear these right now. Nobody's gone into like really details about like the game aspect of Fire, though. Can you talk about that? Like the teams all compete and
Okay.
like.
Yeah. So the way we compete is there's a thing called Fire Points.
Okay.
And what that is, it's a point system. It goes through like the 30 groups, and it's let's see who gets the most involved. So it's like, for example, the fire program or Paul College, they'll throw like little events like a dodgeball tournament or a volleyball tournament, and all your classmates have to doesn't have to, but like
Right.
we really push you to show up to go get involved, because that is one of the greatest things you can do on this campus is actually get involved.
Yeah.
But like so when you go to like these little tournaments or little social events, it's you use the app linked up.
Yeah. Fire has its own app.
Oh yeah, Fire too. And then it's you submit all these points. So for example, I think when you go to a volleyball tournament, you get like 30 points, and by the end of each semester they add up your total points, and which leads to the more points you guys have as a team, you guys can actually win money at the end of the year.
Wait, really?
So, yeah.
I didn't actually know that.
Yeah. So it's like it's a pretty cool experience, and all the events too. You meet other people in the fire program and like other groups, and you guys can become friends and all that. So it's a great experience.
All right, so you're getting a bunch of questions, so I actually want to skip to some of these.
Okay, yeah. Sure.
Actually, someone has a really interesting question about how fire is adapting to the COVID-19 situation. So are you still?
Yes, I actually still do. Every week we still meet on Zoom, via Zoom, however you want to say it. Yeah, and it's great. We're still doing the URC. We're still doing like normal class things. We're actually talking about like how's the COVID life? How are you doing with social distancing and all that. But no, they're still there every step of the way with you. I'm still getting tips and all that from my peer advisor on like how I can stay focused, because sometimes you're like, oh my goodness, this is a force to do this schoolwork, but like she's still there to help motivate you and all that, so it's great. Yeah, it's great.
Okay, someone's asking something related to dorming, about whether you should dorm with someone maybe in your major, but like who did you dorm with, Alex? Did you choose them?
Yeah, I actually had a single freshman year.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. I can't believe I actually got a single, but no, I met a lot. So I know in Stoke Hall, go Stoke Hall. That's right across from Paul. That's where actually most of your Paul students are. I was actually on a Paul student hallway. So I was on the 6th hallway, and that even had students that are from my fire program actually on that hall. So I already had friends on my hall. But you can room up with, I think they'll try to put you with Paul students because it's the Paul hallway. So like I had friends that were Paul students and they roomed up together, and like right across there were also Paul students that were roomed up together. So it's a pretty cool experience. I know like throughout the hall, I think there's like plenty of halls in Stoke where it is actually just Paul school only. So it's pretty, like you can meet like certain people. I think it's like the 4th one too. So it's pretty cool.
Let's see here. How is your schedule for getting to class? Like, so what's your schedule like?
So I know like my Tuesdays and Thursdays I try to normally pack my schedule because I don't want any class Friday. So for example, like I have like one class Monday and then one class Wednesday. It's the same class, and that's my microeconomics. So all my like major courses that you have to take. And then Tuesday, Thursday, it's like three classes I have. And that's, those are just all the extra little courses to fulfill your requirements. But it's not too bad. You actually like learn how to adjust to the time management part. They make sure they don't like overwhelm you when it comes to building your schedule. If anything, you have an academic advisor that will actually help you. So like if you're about to be like busy this day, or if you don't want to be busy, this is how you can spread out your schedule. So it's built for you. So.
And of course, it definitely helps to live in Stoke because it's right across.
Yeah, right across the street. I can go grab my little Starbucks or whatever, which is great. I love that. So.
Let's see. We want to know, do you feel like the Greek life has been a huge part of the social scene for you?
Yes, I actually joined the fraternity, Sigma Alpha Epsilon. Yeah. So Greek life has definitely been helping me out a lot more because in my fraternity, there's a lot of business students too. Which is very good. Greek life around the campus is very it's pretty fun.
It's active.
A lot of them actually throw social events too. They actually help, with community service and everything. So it's great.
Yeah, we actually have the professional business fraternity too at Paul.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's
Alpha Kappa Psi. Yeah.
Yeah. That's another good one. I have a bunch of friends that are actually in that too, and they said that it's helping them with networking. Like, it's unbelievable the amount of networks that are coming in for them. So.
How has it been like keeping up with your friends who like maybe aren't in your classes and stuff now that you're at home?
So when I was on campus fall, like the first couple of weeks they threw like a carnival and everything where you got to meet certain people. Like there were certain events that were thrown like in the very first week just so you can, go talk to new students, get involved, do certain things. I know like a ton of my friends that I've met, we still talk even over the Zoom. Like we all make a little Zoom and we'll talk. The thing about UNH that I love the most is everybody loves to stay connected. We are like one giant community that is like a huge family, and it's so great. All my friends that I met in the fall, we still talk every single day. We'll wake up to a good morning from each other or something. It's the best thing. Like I said, making friends actually was not the hard part about UNH. That actually comes to, and it's such a great feeling knowing like people are there wanting to be your friend. So
have you looked into any campus work experiences as a freshman? No?
Yeah, not yet. Right. Like, one thing that I just wanted to do, freshman year, I personally would recommend you just trying to get your foot planted into the ground, being in college first, because I'm not gonna lie, sometimes it can be overwhelming. There has been times where I was like, oh my goodness. But one thing that is great about Paul is, although it may be challenging and certain classes may be challenging, you have people there that are willing to help you 24/7. They've been there for me, and I guarantee they'll be there for you. If you have any questions when it comes to homework or time managing skills, studying skills, you can go to certain advisors in the Paul College, or even like whatever other major you're planning on doing. You can go to those certain academic advisors and they'll help you every step of the way. But personally, I haven't got a job yet, on campus, but like I said, I would really recommend you try to plant your foot first into the ground before you go search for one of those.
Someone wants to know if you have played any sports on campus.
Nope, I actually have not. Yeah, I haven't played any intramural sports yet. I have a bunch of friends that do them, and they said it's really fun after classes. It's a good way to relieve stress from all your homework or any exams that are coming up. That the gym there is the Ham Rec Center is a great spot. It's pretty big. I have a bunch of friends that will go and they'll play basketball or volleyball or just go lift or run. So it's it's a good place to like relieve all your stress and everything. So it's good.
It's a beautiful building.
Oh my God.
There's a climbing wall in there too.
Yeah, rock climbing. Yeah, that's the CrossFit floor. So it's pretty dope.
All right, Alex, I am out of time with you. So do you have anything that you want to say before I bring Alana on?
Just one piece of advice, guys, that I would love to give you guys is just please just get involved. That is one of the greatest things that this campus offers. This is where you will meet most of your all your longtime friends, and this is where you'll meet more staff members and everything. And please don't be afraid to like reach out to people. They are here for you. They were here for me. I guarantee they will lead you to success, just like how I want them to lead me. Oh my goodness, I just lost my train of thought.
Totally fine.
Yeah. Please just be yourself. Everybody's gonna love you. Campus is beautiful. We're in a great location. We're right down. Portsmouth downtown is right there. We have a bunch of malls around us. Boston is right down the street. We have a train station so you can take to Boston. So it's beautiful. But like I said, guys, just come on this campus with an open mind, and I guarantee this campus will give you so many opportunities that it'll be the greatest thing that you've ever chosen. So.
All right, Alex. Well, I'm gonna say goodbye to you.
All right, thank you.
Thanks so much. And they can DM you if they have any questions.
Yeah, they can DM me. They can, ask for my number or whatever, and I'll give it to him. So
above and beyond, Alex. Above and
yes,
see you later.
all right, see you later. Thank you.
Hey,
Hey, how's it going?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Doing well.
All right, so
Thanks for having me.
I'm happy to have you, Alana. So you know the drill. We're just gonna introduce you first, and then we're gonna ask you some questions.
Sounds good. All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Alana. I'm currently a senior at Paul College, studying finance and management. And I've also been involved in like a bunch of things, which I'm happy to go into.
I think that you should. Yeah, you're in so many organizations.
Yeah, definitely. I'll start off with, I know you've heard from everyone so far about the FIRE program.
Yes.
I've personally been a peer advisor for it 2 years. I'm wearing my swag right now. So I've done that for 2 years. Junior, senior year, I've been an advisor for it. And I've also been a member, or as we like to call it, a brother of Alpha Kappa Psi. I think Alex touched upon it a little bit, but I'm involved in it. Actually was elected the vice president of it this year. So any questions about it, I'd be happy to answer. There's also student org fair at 1:30. Shout out.
Yes, thank you for that. Yeah, we have an Instagram fair with over 10 clubs happening at 1:30. You can go to all their stories. I'm really excited to see Alpha Kappa Psi because you guys have some alums involved. I hear.
Yeah, we have a huge alumni network. They're all super engaged with us and interactive with us. So, I mean, it's not weird that they want to be involved.
All right, so you're involved in Alpha Kappa Psi. You're in a few other things too, aren't you? You do a bunch of stuff.
I'll touch upon a few of them real quick. So I'm employer ambassador for the career team in Paul College. I've also been a campus orientation leader. I've volunteered as a big sister for Big Brothers Big Sisters. I do hold a work study job on campus, and I'm also a Zumba instructor at the rec center. So definitely diverse amount of experience that I've had at UNH.
Why did you decide to get involved in so many things?
Yeah, it's a good question. Sometimes I ask myself that. But really, I felt like college was something I'd never, ever experience ever again. And why not take advantage of everything that I absolutely possibly could? Because, I'm going to the real world now. I'm never going to have the opportunity to spend a couple hours in class a week and spend all my free time doing everything that I possibly could.
I guess it's fair for sure. So you're also a go-getter when it comes to things outside of Paul. You've had a few internships.
Yes. That's something that I think is really cool about Paul College, and something that they pride themselves on is everyone, pretty much everyone in the business school does partake in at least one internship experience. And for me, it was after my junior year. So last summer. I definitely needed help with the internship process. So another shout out to the career and professional success team, because they can help you find a job. They can help you practice interview. They can make your resume beautiful. They can even help negotiate salary if that's something that you're worried about. So they offer so much to their students. Yeah, absolutely. So I found a job through Handshake as well. In November of my junior year, I landed an internship with Bank of America in one of their Boston financial centers.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I really love Boston, so that must have been really exciting.
Oh yeah, Boston was amazing. I loved everything about Boston. Definitely one of the more expensive places to live and work.
Oh, definitely.
But Paul actually offered me an internship opportunity fund, and they gave me a stipend of $2,500, which covered my rent for the entire summer. That also meant squeezing 4 people into a 2-person apartment with no AC.
I was going to say, but it is college, right?
Yeah,
so that's
college. I was with 3 UNH friends, so that was amazing. And we lived 2 blocks away from Fenway Park, so
oh my gosh,
literally could walk outside and see people heading to a ball game every single day.
That's really, really cool.
Yeah.
So how did that internship go?
Well, so I learned I love the city, but I learned that I did not want to follow the career path that I had set up for myself. I really thought I wanted to be a financial advisor and do wealth management. Definitely thought it was something I was super interested in. And then after this internship, not only was it not exactly what I was expecting, but part of the job was I was supposed to be shadowing a financial advisor, and I got put into a financial center that wasn't even in the financial district of Boston and didn't not have a financial advisor on site. So that was a little bit.
but utilize my resources. I found the Bank of America company directory, and I literally just started emailing people in Boston that were financial advisors and was like, hey, can we grab coffee? Hey, can I shadow you for the day? So I did get
Oh my God.
more that way. Yeah, definitely. Just went for it. What did I have to lose, right?
Right, exactly.
But, you know, after kind of all of that, I kind of realized that like the path that I'd be going down with financial advising and like more specifically with like Bank of America, I just didn't think it was going to be super fulfilling to me. So kind of just wanted to like fresh start off square one.
But you like, I feel like you were really equipped to handle that. Like, I don't think everyone would have thought to go to the directory and start just emailing people, and you made the most out of that.
I mean, yeah, the one thing that I think Paul College really teaches you is like networking is everything. And if someone couldn't do it for me, I have to do it for myself. And that's exactly what I did.
And you actually have a really awesome job that you're really excited about lined up, right?
Yeah, so I mean, not a great internship experience for me, but didn't let that discourage me. I came back to school. I started researching and doing everything I can to find a new job. And I actually have an alumni advisor directly through the FIRE program. So she helps me with my course, like planning classes and stuff like that. And she had just graduated from this 2-year rotational program at Liberty Mutual, and she recommended me for it. And definitely owe a huge thanks to her because I ended up getting it. So I have my full-time job offer with Liberty Mutual in Boston in their financial management rotational program.
In Boston, there you go.
In Boston, I ended up there.
All right, so let's see here. With everything going on in the world, you must be pretty ecstatic about having a job right now lined up.
Oh yeah, definitely with that company too. They value their employees' health and safety more than anything. So I feel like I'm in such a great spot right now. Not worried.
That's great. That's great to hear. All right, I'm going to look for some questions in the chat here.
Sure.
Let's see. You're getting a lot of love in the Instagram live right now.
Thanks, everyone. Love you all.
Someone wants to know if you can choose where you work for work study, which I think you can, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So for me, it was, again, like no handshake is usually for internships and full-time jobs, but I honestly used handshake as a way to find my part-time job too. I just saw a job posting for it, and it was actually with the grad office in Paul College, so the office Mickey works in. So I was sitting at the front desk right there. And yeah, I got to choose that. I think UNH has like a part-time work study fair too, where you can just meet a bunch of people who are hiring for, but this one was great. I could kind of just like do the work I needed to do, and if I had free time, I could work on homework, and everyone in the office is amazing. So I had started working there first semester freshman year, and I'd been there my whole 4 years in college.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, a long time.
No wonder you seemed so comfy there when I started.
I know everyone.
Can you tell me, we don't have a lot of questions in the chat, so can you tell me like what some of your favorite things about UNH are?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to decide. I would say one thing is just like being able to experience so many different things that I didn't know I had a passion for. So like, I know this is like one thing I touched upon, being a Zumba instructor. I was not a 3-season athlete in high school, so was not a huge like athletic person. And then I came to UNH, and the recreation center is gorgeous. It's amazing. So I was like, okay, I guess I'll try working out. And that kind of took the form of group fitness classes for me. I had been a dancer, so I was like, okay, I'll try Zumba. I think Zumba has some dancing in it. And I just loved it. I met such a different group of people through it. And then I was finally one day, I was like, wait, I can do this. So I got my certification for it. I've been teaching there for 3 years. And like I said, I've met like just such a different variety of people through it outside of Paul. But I also just like, I learned that I had a passion for fitness, and I think I'm going to continue teaching after college. Maybe I'll find a gym that will give me a free membership or something.
That would be awesome, especially in Boston.
Yeah, exactly.
Someone wants to know if you know any students who do sailing.
I did know a few students who did sailing.
Really?
One of them so I was the equivalent of like an RA for the on-campus apartments. So we call that a CA, community assistant. And one of the people I was a community assistant with, Rudy, he was on the sailing team. And then I also know, I don't know if you know Rudy Hauser, he was on the sailing team. And then Autumn Becker, she's an AKSI with me, so I knew her, and she was in the sailing team too. So yeah.
Seems pretty cool, like that you can do that kind of stuff. Lots of opportunities at UNH.
So many different people from so many different things.
Do you have a favorite aspect of Paul?
I mean, the people. I know everyone's been saying that, but like even from my work study job to like the advising office to the career office to just like I will literally walk into the Great Hall and recognize like 30 people, which or more sometimes. It's crazy because UNH is so big, but Paul College has just such a smaller sense of like community within UNH. It's kind of like you have like your own people within this whole like big university. So I just walk in and the energy is like you feel so professional. And then you look to where all the tables are, people studying, and you can say hi and stop for a quick conversation, run into a professor, stop for a quick conversation. It's just like everything about it. I spent more time at Paul College than my apartment or my dorm. So I love the building, love the people.
Do you have any favorite classes or professors that you had at Paul?
Definitely. I mean, I kind of started loving my classes a lot more when I picked my options. So like I said, I kind of geared my classes more towards finance and management. And you just build better connections with your professors in general because you're going from classes of like 150 to like some of my management classes have like 20 or less students. So you make really good like one-on-one connections with your professors, especially if you answer questions a lot, which I definitely do. I'm definitely an actively participant.
It doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, right? So, I mean, like, definitely my finance classes and management classes, I've just learned so much and I guess I can shout out some professors too. I had Rick Kilbride for some of my finance classes. I know everyone loves him. He's hysterical and definitely makes the class more enjoying and enjoyable. And then some management professors I've had, Lisa Kessler, Jennifer Griffith, they've been amazing too. So I'll shout them out if they're watching.
We have a question specifically about AK Psi, which is great because you obviously can answer those. So how is it different from other fraternities on campus?
Sure. So we're a professional fraternity versus a social fraternity. So like a lot of other sororities, fraternities, that's very socially based, and we're more about like professional development. Our like new member process is like super like extensive in that. Like you get your whole resume done, you learn how to write a cover mate, you learn how to interview. And then we definitely do have our social aspects, like any brotherhood, we're all super close. Like I said, I still talk to alumni every single day from our organization. We definitely pride ourselves on our network, but I'd say like the biggest difference is we're like a Paul College associated organization. We're focused on professional development versus like sorority and Greek life, definitely more focused on like social aspects.
So you bring in like guest speakers and you do like trainings?
Yeah, we have like a flagship professional event called Success Day. We have alumni panels. Kim Clark from the career office usually does workshops for us. So we keep those events going for our members all the time, networking events, stuff like that. And then definitely just like regular like brotherhood bonding kind of things.
Somebody wants to know if you ever studied abroad.
I didn't study abroad. Honestly, I almost regret that I didn't. The only reason I didn't was, like I mentioned really quickly, I was a community assistant my junior year, so that was a year-long position, and I was planning on going my junior year, but I ended up taking that position just for like financial reasons, so it didn't work out for me. But if you can't do it for a full semester, I know they offer like J-term classes.
Yeah, there's some really cool January ones.
Yeah, so you can go like during your winter break for a week or two, or for the summer. Definitely regret not doing that. I had a trip planned with like 5 UNH friends to go to Europe after we graduated. Obviously, that fell through.
Oh no! I'm so sorry.
I just canceled my flights the other week. But no, there's plenty of opportunity to travel, and I'll travel with them soon as all of this is over, I'm sure.
And I only know this factoid because I work in the marketing office, but I know that more Paul students than any other UNH students study abroad. So like if you're coming to UNH, you come to Paul, your chances are real good.
There you go.
We have, and then the J-term ones are marketing. There are classes that go abroad. Is there anything else that you want to say, Alana, before we end? We have 30 seconds remaining.
Okay, yeah, no, I'll make it quick. DM me if you have any questions. This was a very much abridged version of my college experience, and cannot say enough good things about Paul College and UNH. I'm definitely the person I am because of it. Super confident going into the workforce and starting my career.
All right, thanks, Alana. And I have 9 seconds, so I'm going to plug the Zoom sessions that are happening, and I'm going to say goodbye to you.
Bye, thanks for having me.